Yeah, yeah. Well,
You probably want to take a break and make sure that they got food and water.
I can't really do that. I got people who are watching, because I don't have a thing. But
You don't have a commercial?
well, I have one. It's like 4 minutes, but it's going to take more than 4 minutes for me to do it. I guess I didn't really. It's like it's one of those things. It's you think you got enough stuff, and then you realize, nope, I ain't got enough stuff. And all the people that I've ever seen do these things, they've always got like a team. They've always got like people that are like, hey, we'll do stuff, and producers, and like, hey, throw up that graphic, and it's just me. It's just
Right.
us. It's just podunk out here in the middle of nowhere. So we'll go smooch our kids. Go, go take care of the kiddos. I'll leave you be. I love you.
Okay. Love you too.
All right,
Bye.
bye. All right, there's Katie making her internet debut of doing stuff. Magamoto. Is this the Magamoto? On Telegram. Magamoto on Telegram. And if you guys want to call, you got 918-845-9555.
Good evening, Darren Jackson.
Hey, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Speak to the devil with those producers and commercial and production and yada, yada, yada. Huh?
Yeah, right.
My
Well-
ears must have been itching.
Yeah, well,
Water whipping, water dripping. Broke the pack, mixed it with the midget.
Hey, look, late night, rolling, 20 grams rolling up, potent, and it's grown right by the ocean. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Hey, smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Late night, rolling, 20 grams rolling up, potent, and it's grown right by the ocean. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Hey, smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Ay, smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking.
I'm spoiled, I ain't hitting your weed if I ain't see you put the seed in the soil. I just had a FaceTime meeting with a girl. Told me that the next batch out of this world. Yeah. Look, buddy, you don't smoke the same as me. 8 different blunts and they all weigh at 8 apiece. Yeah. Dodging the state police. Send shots at the ops, get away from me. Yeah. The pearl rolling past, they ain't passing no blunt to you hoes. When I roll down the windows, I open the doors. You catch a contact from the smoke. Yeah. Won't catch me without my pole. No, yeah. I go hard for days I was broke. Nowadays I go Vincent Van Gogh with the stroke.
Late night, rolling, 20 grams rolling up, potent, and it's grown right by the ocean. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Ay, smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Late night, rolling, 20 grams rolling up, potent, and it's grown right by the ocean. Niggas better know what I'm smoking. Ay, smoking. Niggas better know what I'm
7th season finale, and that means it's time to celebrate you, the 2K community, with our annual 2K TV Awards show, brought to you this year by Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. But before we announce the winners of this year's awards, let's give you a chance to be a winner yourself with some 2K TV Interactive. And this one is an easy one. Winners of this year's 2K TV Awards will be receiving an NBA 75th Anniversary Edition copy of NBA 2K22. Which of these athletes will grace that cover? Is it A, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, B, Dirk Nowitzki, C, Kevin Durant, or D, all of the above? If you answered D, all of the above, then you are correct and enjoy that VC. And here's a look at what else the 10 winners of this year's 2K TV Awards will be receiving.
Prizes include a ton of 2K21 VC, and this year, we're also throwing in some 2K22 VC to get you off to a good start. Of course, what good is VC without the game? A digital copy of NBA 2K22 is included in the prize package, plus a 2K21 My Team Dark Matter card of your choice and more.
You've been the real stars of our show all year long, so here are the winners of our 2K TV Awards for 2K21. Starting with Beach Champion, you partied hard, built rep, and dominated at the 2K Beach this year. So our 2K Beach Champion is Ocelia.
First of all, I just want to thank 2K TV for giving me this opportunity, and I want to thank all my supporters and thank all my followers and all my subscribers. Next year, I'm going to try to be the first legend. You know, we're going to keep grinding. Shout out to Ronnie 2K, even though he can be a little crazy. I want to shout out my boy Forensic Files, AI Player, Rome Pill, my boy Uzi. And if y'all aren't ready, make sure y'all go follow me on YouTube at Ocelia. That's Ocelia. We're going to be grinding. We're going to be trying to get a 2K logo next year. We're going to be going crazy. Once again, I just want to thank all y'all for all my support. Thank y'all for following me. Thank you for tuning in to all of my streams, watching all my YouTube videos. And we're going to keep grinding. It's been your boy Ocelia, and I'm out.
Heading over to the city, this player was too much for any affiliation to contain. The 2K TV Award for City Champion goes to Loyalty Comp.
Yo, let's go. Thank you. My jam when I hit the city, I play in all the events. You know, this is what I do all day, every day. So I really play each and everything that's going. I play in different affiliations now since I am a legend. And I really help other people as well get up there from rank to rank. Shout out to all my boys that literally helped me hit legend for 2K21, IMAX IQ, Jump TV, and a lot of other fellas as well behind the scenes. You know, it's definitely a grind. It's definitely a grind to get there. People can find me on Twitch at Loyalty Comp. If they ever want to come and kick it out with me, I play with pretty near everyone, all my supporters in my chat. And yeah, we just have a real fun time, you know?
And while we're in the city, we have to recognize the Beast of the East for taking the most Rival Day wins over this season. Congratulations.
Moving on to My Career Champion. You managed to make the perfect builds for more than just high school record breaking, but careers worthy of the Hall of Fame. This year's winner for most NBA championships in My Career is EBG JJ. Congratulations! Next up, some people love the extended story and legacy of My Career, but others are masters of the quick game. So this year's Play Now online MVP title goes to Denny6132 Yun. Congratulations! Over to the My Team GOAT. New to 2K21, My Team seasons were packed with surprises, challenges, and amazing cards, and this user was there for it all. This year's My Team GOAT was Long Long Home, earning well over 2 million XP. Way to dominate out there. Another new feature in 2K21 was the W, where you can build a My player in the WNBA and chase greatness. And this year's W MVP is Kel. Now, Kel wasn't able to join us, but we still wanted to share their excitement. I am so happy the W was included in the game and that it's being recognized with an award. My late father and I loved watching the WNBA together. He would be so excited. I am glad there are people out there supporting the W. Thank you. Taking a break from the awards to recognize another winner. If you haven't picked them up yet, the Winning Shoe Creator Challenge design is in the NBA store and it's available for everyone. We jumped in the game recently, sported the kicks, and took on our winning designer, the Big Apple. The season may be over, but we'll still be out there and we'll be on the lookout for those mint Jordans.
The Flat Spin 360, often imagined, accomplished, just this once. The turbocharged Kia K5.
Continuing our 2K TV awards, it's time for My NBA, our deepest game mode. And this player topped the charts with number of wins and with an 86% win ratio. Glow World J2X takes the My NBA MVP title.
That's amazing. I never thought this would happen. So it's truly an honor to be recognized for just having fun. I just want to shout out all the people, that I played in, leagues in, keeping the game fresh, all the devs like, Mike Wang, LG, Ronnie, of course. Appreciate the opportunity and I'm very thankful.
Now, before we announce this year's 2K TV Interactive Wizard, here's another interactive question for you. And we can't make this one easy, so listen up.
NBA 2K22 cover athlete and WNBA star Candace Parker joined us on 2K TV as a part of our ongoing series Uninterrupted this year and told us the story of one of her heroes, WNBA legend Lisa Leslie.
So here's a question. How many MVP titles do Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker have between the two of them? Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5? Well, I'm sure this winner answered that correctly. It's the 2K TV Interactive Wizard. For the dedicated 2K TV viewer, this award will go to the user who answered the most 2K TV Interactive trivia questions correctly. And for the longtime viewers, this name may sound familiar. A repeat from 2K19. Congratulations once again, Lucaron90. Way to pull out the right responses under pressure and knowing a lot about the league, history, and our game. Our next award is the Kia Pro-Am MVP. Our Pro-Am is no joke, and here you'll find 3-on-3 games and 5-on-5 games against arguably the toughest competition in NBA 2K. And this year's Kia Pro-Am MVP is Clutch GC. Congratulations. Finally, it's time to announce our 2K TV WOW Top Play of the Year winner. We had thousands of entries, more than 150 contenders, and from our 4 seasonal winners and a very close decision, you chose Toy Soldier 98 as our winner of 1 million VC for Top Play of the Year. That's right, our winter winner took home the grand prize and it wowed us all. Thanks to everyone who submitted top plays this year. It's been quite a ride. It's been an amazing season, and you may have noticed my co-host Chris Manning isn't here, but he will be back next season, and we both can't wait to see you then. Until 2K22, here's a look at the best moments from Season 7.
I'm Chris Manning.
And I'm Alexis Morgan. Welcome to a brand new episode of 2K TV. This is so exciting. We are virtual fans right now in a live NBA game.
That's right. We're inside the bubble right now, joining a bunch of fans to watch some NBA action.
I wish I could high five you right now. Can we try it?
Boom.
Ooh.
Like that.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, there
Virtual
we go.
high five. Yeah,
Who is this guy? Who is this guy messing up our high five? This is Alexis Morgan reporting live from the rec.
What's up, Afro?
Good defense.
But I'll get that steal.
Oh, I gotta get back in bounds. Nice D pass.
There we go. There we go.
In the flesh, large and in charge. You name it. I am it.
Large and in charge, baby.
I'm really excited about that and honored. When I got the call, I don't remember exactly when it was, but when I got it, I was like, really? The actual cover or like the China cover or like be specific? And they was like, no, the actual game. I was like, dang, that's a real accomplishment. You know, only a select few, you know, been able to grace this cover. So it's truly an honor.
Oh my God. Oh my God, chat. We got a logo, chat. Logo Jordan in the building. Let's go.
What are some of your favorite modes in 2K?
I am huge on my career. Like, I play my career all the time. When my little cousins come over, we play just play mode, and I am not a believer in letting little kids win. So, like, my little cousin DJ, he gets mad at me all the time because I beat him.
I know you have some favorite teams, some favorite players. Tell me about those.
I have teams that I love depending on, the season.
Are you a fair weather fan?
Yes, I am. Yes,
what
I
do they
am.
call them? They call them...
I'm a bandwagger. I'm a proud bandwagger. I really am.
This is a tough question, but who's the best my player of all time?
We all are.
Freak.
Oh, gee. Y'all being selfish.
It's been fun.
Right?
I mean, we'll just...
Don't be diplomatic. I know you can say it.
All of us, man. I mean,
That is
down
diplomatic.
to the OG, down to the best Chase.
How are you doing?
Hey, man, ATM money whenever you need it. I'm in the building. I'm happy to be here.
What was the first thought that went through your head when they gave you the call to come back in this epic storyline?
The first thought was me. They sure they called the right person? But you know what, man? It's just really been an honor. I have to pinch myself every day, and I'm thankful.
You said that you might rap or sing.
Me and you sing?
I could sing too.
All right, well, you sing me?
Okay, so we've got some topics. Barbecue chicken.
Yes.
Any songs? Or
About
raps?
barbecue chicken?
About barbecue chicken?
No. Why don't you try?
Okay.
Give me a beat.
Barbecue chicken. Like my Micken. Oh, okay. It's a part of the fickin'. Oh, but you tricking.
Oh, thank you.
Cause you
just made my day.
you cooking it in the kitchen.
Hey,
We're gonna put these in the bloopers. This is not going the regular
so
interview.
it's going on
No.
interview. Put this on so you can have a disguise. So, hey, that's the girl that rhymed Micken with chicken. Mom, what's Micken? This is the best interview I've ever had in my life. Thank you.
You recently tweeted about how you've been helping patients battling COVID. You're in the medical field, so I just want to say thank you to everybody working in that field during this incredibly tough time. You talk about coming home and grinding and playing 2K. How much does it mean to you to come home and jump into NBA 2K, and what does that mean to you as somebody who's on the front lines?
You know, the thing is, I love working in healthcare just as much as I love playing video games. I think just, coming home from a long day after seeing all the things I do on my daily, on a daily, it's just, I think it's nice to come home, relax, jump in a party with boys, play some NBA 2K. I love it.
Last year, we talked about your daughter playing NBA 2K, and now I have to ask you, what does she think about the WNBA being in the game?
Well, can I just tell you that, first of all, we established a rule in our house. You're not allowed to play the same team against each other. So she always picks the Sparks. So it forces me to choose between all the other WNBA teams. And you know, as a competitor, I don't want to play with the Minnesota Lynx. Like, I don't want to play with Seattle Storms.
Woo! I was on the edge of my seat after that finals. We are here with Ty Debo, aka Two-Way Rocco. Ty, how are you feeling after that big victory?
Exhausted, mentally, emotionally. It's been a long day, and I'm glad it's over.
I want to see that Mavs and Raptors rivalry going on. I see Downs try to take Kenny center. He tried to take his center. I see what's going on out there. So Downs, I don't need you to go for MVP season, and hopefully Kenny doesn't get MVP anymore since Sick is gone.
Nah, yeah, we can't have that, man. He does enough last season.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Downs. I like it.
What did he say?
I don't know. It sounded like T-Mac clown pants. That's what I heard.
Thank you, 2K community. Thank you, 2K. I hope to see everybody in the park, in the city, and please go put them Jordan 1 main conditions on. I really appreciate it.
The big question, though, is have you ever hit a 3 with Ben Simmons in Play Now Online?
Yes, it was 2K20.
Had to go back a whole game year.
I were to ask 10-year-old Dane what you wanted to be when you grew up, what would you have said?
I think 10-year-old Dame would have been like, I want to be an NBA player. But if you would have asked me that maybe a year or two before that, I probably would have told you I want to be in the WWF or WWE, should I say.
You wanted to be a wrestler.
I did. I love wrestling like that deeply.
Busted.
Oh, good defense. Good shot.
All right, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
This is the game where we dethrone the king. I'm feeling it.
I hear that. I hear that.
Oh,
no. Oh, and right on cue.
Yeah, he heard it. And responded.
Most people don't know how to handle jab steps like that.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
Okay, LB.
Hi, this is Luka Doncic. I'm here in California doing the mocap for 2K, and I'm really excited.
What's up, Luka?
How are you?
How are you?
We're gonna get you right into it if you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Let's get you suited up.
Hello. How are you guys?
What are we doing? Your helmet fitting. Have you ever worn one of these guys before? Probably not.
He's adjusting it for Luka to have the most comfort, but that we're getting the most surface area of the face the entire time as well.
He has been fitted. And now we are going to get
suited up.
on.
Thank you.
It looks right to me.
Doesn't look right to me. I'm going to show up to my next game with this.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Ben Bishop, a senior producer on the NBA 2K dev team, and we're here at the motion capture studio today with Luka Doncic.
All right, roll mocap.
We're really excited to make him a part of the My Career experience. He will be interacting with my player in the city, which is part of the game that we're really expanding this year and making an immersive part of your career experience.
All right, welcome to our stage. We got Mike and we got Jesse. Take it easy on them, okay?
So I'm trying to get like your standing drill moves in place, sizing up. Action! Action!
Take one, float around, catch, set, go up.
These rims are not super forgiving, but like he makes it look easy.
So triple threat to start, and do whatever you do in game. The Luka flare.
Nice, perfect.
That was awesome, man. Thank you very much. That's it. Yeah, a lot of fun, dude. Excited to have you.
So we're gonna put marker dots on his face in the most movable and some of the most stable areas of the face, so that when that footage goes to our animators, they can track all of those dots precisely.
And a big smile. And an eyebrow raise.
that we're going to make adjustment points of either moving the camera forward or backwards on him, tilting it up or down, putting the focus on it, and then making sure we're seeing 3/4 degree angles the entire time of both sides of his face.
I'll do one more smile, Luca. Thank you, sir.
Chris, your director, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Charles, he's our actor.
What's going on, homie?
Keep it really loose. We'll take you through it one scene at a time.
And action.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Luca, how you doing, man?
Hey, I've been watching you against, and I'm really impressed. Now you're trying to craft him into like a better player. And action.
Appreciate you, Luca. Thank you, man.
You know what's gonna happen is next time you'd be like asking for more takes, like a professional actor. It's gonna be great. You did an amazing job.
Thank you,
You really did.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you. Good job, Luca. Thank you so much.
Good job, buddy.
How was it? Great. You enjoyed it? Yeah. That's all. I mean, it was kind of a little bit weird because the suit was tight and everything, but it went pretty great. I prefer playing basketball. This is for Boban Marjanovic. This is live for Boban.
What's up, guys? It's that time, NBA 2K22 cover reveal with my boy Luca. I want to show you the cover. Here you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
Long time coming.
This is amazing.
Sick, right?
Yeah. This is different than any others. It was like all little pictures, right?
Yeah.
This is different. It's very nice.
We really wanted to feature you. 2K22 cover.
When I heard they wanted me for a 2K22 cover, I was like really excited. I think this is any kids that play basketball a dream. It's a special occasion for me. I think for back home here in USA, in Dallas, obviously. And I think I've been playing about 9-10 years of 2K. A lot of my friends play, we play together, so for being in the cover now, it's gonna feel special. I mean, if they play with the Mavs on 2K22, I think they will be excited about my step back. I think that's the part of my game that's more known, and I think that's the move to use. I've been working with 2K Foundations to this whole time. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to my team that we're able to do this, and I'm really happy to help other people.
Yeah, we've developed a great relationship. Of course, it's a little sad that I only got to play with him 1 year. He's such a special talent, so good already at reading the floor at just 21, 22. It's just unbelievable all-around game. So I would say he's better than me now than I've ever been in my prime. That's how good he is at 22 already. And it's been a pleasure to be around him. He's a good kid. He wants to do well, and so that's been fun. And we've had a good relationship, and we stay in touch. And I'm always there for him if he needs something, or if he has a question, or if he's going through something. Obviously, always we'll try to help him out.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. But I'm far away from where Dirk is. I know he told you I'm better than him in his prime, but it's not true. I'm far away from him. He was example for everybody. He was an idol to many people, and he still is. And he just been amazing to me. I always ask him for help. If I need, we stay in touch. We go dinners, and we have contact. So that's my guy right there. Hi guys, I'm just done. I done all my lines, everything I need for the 2K. I did all animations so you guys can play like me. I'm really excited for this, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next 2K22.
Huge props to all of our 2K TV award winners this year, and thank you to everyone who has built such an amazing, competitive, and fun community. We love you all, and we can't wait to do it again next season.
Too much time in it, Percocet.
set me scientific, bodies on a water farm, orange shepherds. To West Line, in it, Perkins set me scientific, bodies on a water farm, orange shepherds.
A playoff battle in the West starts off with a bang right here. Game 1. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. This is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Memphis Grizzlies facing Oklahoma City. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, the tension is electric, and the importance is critical as they have a chance in their own building to take Game 1 of the series.
And while I expect them to win this game and potentially win big, this is a team that really plays well on their home floor. And if they do that, they can really set the tone for this series.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Matisse Thybulle's out there with White. Then it's Wendell Carter. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Sabonis in at the power forward. And so it's Memphis with it. Here's White. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. And he banks in the layup.
And putting his burst on full display. Westbrook can blow by defenders in a hurry.
Here's Butler. It's deflected.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You see Serge in the painted area. Feels the defender. Goes on the attack.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
Ibaka hits both of them. And here's White. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Good heads-up basketball from Kobe. Spots a wide-open shooter and gets it to him.
Westbrook against White. Here's Adams. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Carter. He can't get that one. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Absorbing contact so well. I mean, you really got to hit Westbrook if you want to stop him from scoring.
White looking around. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Westbrook kicks to Lamb. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now Thibault. The rebound by Steven Adams.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Ibaka, the pass to Westbrook. And he converts the layup. Westbrook's got 6 points.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. He said a lot of people are doubting us, and that's a good thing. That's motivation for our guys to come out and try to prove people wrong. But it's going to take a big effort. It's going to take execution. It's going to take hitting critical shots, which, as we know, is especially difficult on the road. Guys?
Thanks, David. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 6, and they double up Butler. Pass to Sabonis. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The aggression from Sabonis, forcing the issue and getting the hoop.
Memphis shooting their first free throw tonight, and a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Cantor, he's checked in for Ibaka. Torrey Craig comes in for buckets. Hugh, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Memphis also making some changes. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. George Niang comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Matisse Thybulle. Now here's Jackson. Cantor, high post. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And Memphis making a change here. Summonich is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, White the pass to Niang. Here's the three. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Jackson. And the pass to Craig. Cantor trying to free himself up. Craig, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Moore outside. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Craig. To the wing right side. Hugh buries it from three-point range.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. There's 1:17 left in the first. Passes to Bitadze. Tries a three. Craig pulls it in. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Cantor. Craig passes to Q. That shot is off. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. It's White on the wing. No good with the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 7. .34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson from long range. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now here's Moore. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Four on the clock. Shot to stop the run. And no good. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we're ready to get back into the action here in game one. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. We've got Q. Robertson is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Robertson. Tries again, and it's Ibaka with the bucket inside.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Moore. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Samanic. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Oklahoma City. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Buckets, he's checked in for Kanter. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Q. All free throws good from Jackson. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
At 6'7", Jimmy Butler is no slouch down there on the block.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Butler.
What I like about Jimmy Butler, he excels on both ends of the floor.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Memphis. And so Butler nails both of them.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit, and Westbrook throws it down.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Moore passes to Butler. Moore outside. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Lamb dishes to Crawford. Out to Lamb. 6 to shoot. A three-pointer, no good. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Here's Butler. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Wow, the strength of Jimmy Butler fends off defenders well when he goes up to score.
And stolen by Thibault. And now the Grizzlies fast break. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Butler. That's now 8 points for Butler. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. He's checked in for Lamb. And so here is Oklahoma City. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Q from the arc. Connects from three-point range. Q's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
The pass to Butler. Pulls it up. No good from Moore.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Q defended by Butler. Kicks it to Robertson. Ibaka, the pass to Westbrook. Now here's Crawford, defended by Carter. On the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Westbrook missing. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Floats it up for Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
You have to pay attention to Butler when he's flying toward the basket for an alley-oop.
Westbrook against Moore. Outside Westbrook. Passes it to Robertson. Fires the 3. Doesn't go that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. It's Butler that time on the assist from Moore. That's 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Q passes to Crawford. Great pass to set up the way-in. And Oklahoma City leads by 9.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for buckets. Enes Kanter comes in for Serge Ibaka. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's White. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The kick outside to Butler. Good on the three-point shot.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Jackson with it. He's got 5, and Jackson throws it down hard.
A decisive finish for Reggie Jackson at the rim.
White against Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Jackson's got the ball. Here's Cantor. Here's Q. Oklahoma City the rebound. Here's Craig. Jackson in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. And that one is good. And it's a 10-point Oklahoma City lead.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
40 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's White. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Steven Adams picks one up.
A confident scorer with an attacking mindset. If you're the defense, don't let Kobe White watch you slipping.
The Grizzlies have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. First free throw is good.
Kobe White might be new to the league, but he doesn't play like it. Confidence and ability are beyond his years.
And both free throws good for White.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
27 seconds left here in the second. Over to the left wing. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
For Oklahoma City, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Here's Butler. He's got 15. Pass to Samanic. Another shot. Kept alive. Out to White. Launches it. He doesn't hit that one. Swiped it away.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's Oklahoma City in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Round 1 action of the playoffs continuing on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us for the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. And guys, for Oklahoma City, they've put themselves in decent shape to grab that all-important Game 1 victory. So far, they've clearly been the better team controlling the flow. By no means is it a runaway, but they've put themselves in a great position. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
I think the speed of Russell Westbrook has been the story of this game. Hard to close out on him because, look, he's going to blow right by you. And in the open floor, no one can match him stride for stride. He's like a gazelle, a deer, a cheetah mixed in one. He's like a gazelle Medina.
How about you, Kenny? What'd you think about Memphis?
Well, it's hard to defend a team that gets red hot from the floor. I think the effort was there on D, but they could not come up with a plan to cool them off. We're bound to see a whole different game plan, a whole different approach from them coming out of the break.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
my brother.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round one. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
There must be ice water in his veins. Such an important game, and he plays superb basketball in that opening half.
That may be just the beginning. He might try to carry this team across the finish line himself.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Jimmy Butler is out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then it's White. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Now here's Butler. And Adams sends it back. And here is Ibaka. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over White. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Sabonis.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. First one falls for
the former MVP. The hunger and energy Westbrook plays with each and every night is downright infectious.
Both shots good from the stripe. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Outside Butler. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they start.
Oh, the power on that throw.
And there's the ferociousness. Gotta enjoy Westbrook taking flight and slamming it down there with authority.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Now White, outside Butler. He kicks it to Carter. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
This is what Carter's built to do. Attack on the interior and impose his will.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
He's a quality player, Wendell Carter Jr. The future for him is very bright, and he works hard at his game.
Ejuan Moore is checked in for White. Carter hits them both. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Right side, Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
He said, take the seat, young fella, and just enjoy the show.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Westbrook against Moore. Pass to Butler. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Crawford, and he uses the glass on the layup. Crawford's got his second basket.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Now, here's Sabonis. 5 points in the game. Count the basket.
Finally. Now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Such a dynamic scorer. When Westbrook gets rolling like this, he's nearly impossible to contain.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Moore against Westbrook. Outside Butler. From deep, Moore. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Moore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Q, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Memphis. George Niang comes in for Matisse Thybulle. Now here's Jackson. 9 points in the game so far. To the left side wing. The shot. Ibaka. This is Drew Adams. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
For Oklahoma City, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. And that one misses.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Good on the second free throw. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Here's Niang. Three-pointer. Butler. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And bringing that postseason intensity, so key. These plays can change the trajectory of a game.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Butler. And here are the Grizzlies now. Samanic passes to White. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Here's Q. Here's Ibaka. Kicks it out to Crawford for 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Matisse Thybulle checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 15. 1:36 left to play in the third. White goes in, softly drops in the floater.
His quickness is almost unguardable. Kobe White with the nice little floater.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. The dish to Ibaka. Crawford outside. Takes it from 10. A rebound by Bitadze.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Now, here's Thybulle. D right on him. 56 seconds left in the third. Q defended by Thybulle. Jackson looking it over to the middle. Here's Adams. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Thybulle. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Here's Q. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Ibaka. Torrey Craig comes in for buckets. And it's Andre Robertson in for Jackson. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Butler's checked in. That one misses.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Count it, good. Butler's got 17.
Those 220 pounds came in handy. Jimmy Butler using his big body and muscling those tough shots.
And there's the pass to Craig. Down low. Here's Cantor. 4 seconds left. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Oklahoma City going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
NBA playoffs, round one. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. We've got Russell Westbrook. Enes Kanter is out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Robertson, and it's Craig in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Outside Butler. Outside White. Fires for three. They get it back.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. Now here's Westbrook to the paint. Here's Craig. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
Now here's White. Passes it to Butler. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. The putback, and Carter with his second chance points.
Right there, Carter using his instincts and motor to track down the miss and convert into second chance points.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Out to White. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Westbrook against White. Pass to Lamb. Back to Robertson. Some solid defense from Butler. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Memphis. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Everything's been working for Butler tonight. He's developing the identity of a superstar.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Westbrook's got 12 points here in the second half.
Locked and loaded tonight. Whenever he's got any kind of a decent look, he's knocked it down.
He's been the reason they're in this position to win this game. He's been consistent and reliable.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Q comes in for Jeremy Lamb. Sabonis, he's checked in for Memphis. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And then at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
It's hauled in by Thibault.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
White against Westbrook. Westbrook double team. Q passes to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Q. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
White bounce pass. Butler with the ball. Carter on the wing. Memphis moving it around. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Jimmy Butler.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his second.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. And here's Westbrook. Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. And we've seen this before, folks. Big possession, Westbrook rising to the occasion. How about that competitiveness?
Now here's Butler. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good Butler. A different look for Oklahoma City. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Buckets comes in for Robertson. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Q. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Now Westbrook, stolen by Carter. And here we go. It's Butler. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound in this one. Shoots it. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And that's now 6 points for Crawford. The Grizzlies trail by 5. 1:44 left in the 4th quarter. Thibault can't get it to go. Thibault's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. The fadeaway. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. White, wide open. He fires. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Kobe White on the attack. That's a big bucket for his squad.
Westbrook drives in. Here's Adams, and it's sent back by Carter. Fast break Memphis. Here's Butler. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. Butler's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Westbrook against White. It's good!
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's White. Pass to Butler. It's tipped. Now here's Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. It's Crawford on the wing. Over Sabonis. Got it.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 4. There's 38 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Set me
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and that's an intentional foul. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
Westbrook against White. Westbrook kicks to Lamb. Back to Westbrook. Trying his luck from deep.
Bringing a competitive energy to the defensive end. White stays connected to his man and plays with active hands.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 4. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. There's the triple. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up. Live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch, looking to rack up points in chunks.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Here we go.
And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. White is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 down low.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Now, here's Thybulle.
Well, what did Coach tell us? We wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Westbrook kicks to Jackson. Adams dishes to Jackson. Clock at 6.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Here's Thybulle. It's deflected. Here's Crawford. Dishes it to Westbrook. Outside Jackson for the 3. Hands it from downtown. And Oklahoma City leads by 3.
An important time in the game in terms of momentum. You see Reggie willing to put the team on his back.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They trail by 3. 1:33 left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. He's checked in for Oklahoma City. About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Outside, White. Now the pass to Bitadze. Sabonis trying to get open. Not going to go that time.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And there it is for him. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Floats one, and the layup is up and in. Butler's got 32 points.
Gigantic bucket from Butler. Close the door on that shot.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're ahead by 3. 1:05 left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Westbrook passes to Ibaka. Oklahoma City gets a new shot clock. Crawford outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Pass to Thibault to the inside. Butler. It's blocked. Ibaka with the ball. Reverses. It drops.
Nice pass. Not really known as a natural facilitator, but Ibaka has the experience at this point to execute these plays.
Now here's Butler. Out to White. Lets it go with a three. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there time and time again.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. And he commits the intentional foul. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the first overtime. Here's White. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Kobe White doesn't need much time or space to get off that catch and shoot.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 1-point game. To take the lead. No good. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
when I'm party. I pull up a Deuce and Bacardi. Brought a friend and they looking like Barbies. You can get your bitch took in a heartbeat. Ride around, I be rolling my weed. While I'm steering the wheel with my knees. She keeps sliding her hand in my jeans. Told her chill out there, go to police. Beat the pack up, they calling me Floyd. See, I cannot get caught by them boys. That's that shit I be trying to avoid. Most these rappers ain't making no noise. I gotta go till I'm platinum or golden. He talking money, I'm hopping in motion. I got a problem addicted to smoking. Indica on me, allergic to whole shit. They gon' hate if you winning and popping out. It ain't nothing to see what that chop about. Shit, they calling me out, I came back around. With my hands in a big bag of sticky loud. Told her that I like money and guns. Popping shit cause I feel like I won. I'm the man like George Jung. Bring it straight to your door for the funds. I'm outside in my city regardless. Keep my distance from niggas on op shit. Man, this nigga, he think he the hardest. In his pockets, I know he ain't got shit. Man, the whole city know what I'm on. They didn't let me back out, bitch, I'm home. RIP to my cousin who gone. I promise I'm gon' be the reason we get on. For sure. I don't got time for these people. When you come up, that's when they need you. I won't ever switch lanes. I was taught to make a name. Come up and they want a piece of the pie. You burnt your bridges, boy, you set them on fire. This a legacy that's never gonna die. Stay down until you come up to the sky. Stacking my Legos. Tryna put all of my niggas on payroll. I fell in love with a bankroll. I want a chain to put my name on. This for the niggas who stay with me. I will never ever forget my family. I came from robbing, selling, catching felonies. When I came up, niggas swore that they fuck with me. Hey, 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 what you say? Hey, 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 out my face. Hey, hey, say, pour some drink. Hey, hey, Mary Jane.
Bitches say shit, I ain't cuffing a thing. Play my position like studio games. 100 cause real niggas running my veins. Hot in the bitch, I be leaving in flames. Had a bad bitch rub the dick on her feet. The strong survivor, this ain't for the weak. Don't see competition, why would I compete? I ain't been myself, I been missing for weeks. Bitch, I'm outside while you niggas in sleep. Been off the porch since I was 14. Lock make him sleep, like a morphine. Fast life from the gas, no break, please. In the bitch head like a daydream. Bitch in my mouth, I can make it say cheese. Niggas is bitches, y'all really ain't peas. She give me brains, she ain't got no needs. Step on these niggas like a domat. You can find 2G with a hose at. I already hit the fuck when I go back. Niggas is stealing, I don't even want my flow back. Step on these niggas like a domat. You can find 2G with a hose at. I already hit the fuck when I go back. Niggas is stealing, I don't even want my flow back.
What you say? Hey, 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 out my face. Hey, hey, say, pour some drink. Hey, hey, Mary Jane.
Welcome to the Conservative Continuum. I am your host, Mick Meow. Please follow me on patreon.com/Mick Meow. You can also find the Conservative Continuum on Facebook and on Rumble. So today we have a catabulous show for you. We have with us Willard Lindsay, who is running for the County Commissioner District 1. And we have Kevin Calvi, who is running for District Attorney, District 7. So, grab your kitty treats and your milk, and let's get ready to engage. It's time for the caterwaul. Let's get to it. It starts with your vote on the day of the election in person. You have heard that elections have consequences, and yes, they do, but you are the antidote. So stop listening to the mainstream voices, the media voices, and get informed. Stay aware of what is going on through trusted resources. Ask questions. Watch not only what is being said by elected officials, but what are they doing and how are they voting? And follow that money. Make sure you do that. Everything that is going on in America right now ties to your vote and your voice. It's precious. Did you vote in the primaries? Well, mark your calendars, because August 23rd is the runoff races, and we have some serious elections that we need to vote for. Let's run through them. There's the Federal Senate and Congressional District 2. There's the State Treasurer. There's the Superintendent of Public Instruction. There's the Labor Commission. There's the Corporation Commissioner. There's the District Attorney, District 7. There's the State Senate, District 2, District 4, District 26, District 28. There's the State Representative, District 13, District 21, District 31, District 34, District 36, District 66, and District 87. My apologies if I missed anyone. Now, these are the picks for the races where I have personally vetted the candidate and or know highly trusted resources that have vetted them. They are candidates that will fight for your constitutional rights, for safety, for rule of law, for freedom, for liberty. Congressional District 2, let's get to it. Josh Breachin, State Treasurer Todd Russ, Superintendent of Public Instruction Ryan Walters, Labor Commission Sean Roberts, Corporation Commissioner Tom Thompson, District Attorney District 7 Kevin Calvey, State Senate District 2 Jaron Jackson, State Senate District 28 Jeff McComas, Representative District 36 Anita Ragland, State Representative District 87 Gloria Bannister. So, why does it matter? Because we must have strong, fearless, freedom-loving, God-fearing conservatives working for you and for me in our state. And if you just saw what happened to former President Donald J. Trump in his home in Mar-a-Lago this past week, or if you have seen what is now being funded for the IRS, then you know what's at stake. So August 23rd, mark your calendar and watch the Conservative Continuum today as we talk with Willard Lindsay and Kevin Calvey. Thank you. Welcome to the Conservative Continuum. I am your host, Mick Meow. Today we have an exceptional guest with us, Mr. Willard Lindsay, and you are running for
Oklahoma County Commission, District 1.
Perfect. I love it. So I am so glad that you were on our show today. Thank you so much for coming on. I am so grateful to talk to you.
Happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. You won your primary right out. So that's wonderful news, but you are going to be in the general election on November the 8th.
That's correct, yes.
Perfect. So tell us briefly about yourself and your platform.
Well, I'm Willard Lindsay. I've been around a long time. I am actually older than I look, as some people say. But again, 64 years old, been in Oklahoma County all of those 64 years. Come next year, I'll be 65. So, but I think there's still a lot of fight and a lot of fire, but I've seen a lot of things. So my history and my background, I think, speaks to why I think that we need some more decisive leadership in Oklahoma County Commission District 1. I have several degrees, but I could talk about those, but I don't think that's the wherewithal of it all. I guess you could say I don't have a silver spoon in my mouth. I don't, never been born with a silver spoon, but I think that allows me to relate to the people. And there's a lot of folks that make up County Commission District 1 that simply aren't in the upper crust economically. So I bring some feel for that. And basically, I think that's what I say brings me. I got 26 years experience at state government level, funding state government, the courts, general government, law enforcement. So a lot of good relationships there with those state agencies. I believe bringing that conversation and that perspective to the county can be helpful. Crime is pretty high in CC1. Mental health challenges and economics really high in CC1, and specifically in certain pockets of it. Because if you get out on the east part of the county, anywhere beyond I-35, going towards the county line, you're going to have varying degrees of economic challenges, economic development, delayed or omitted economic development. And so I think I bring some real good perspectives to that. So.
Wonderful. Can you expand a little bit on, you said we need more decisive leadership. Do you mind defining that for me?
Well, I can tell you what decisive means to me.
Please.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. And decisive means that can you make a decision that reflects the better interest of others? And so sometimes you'll find politicians get elected and they're looking for the governed to know how to fix their problems. And so they end up doing nothing but what a group of people here says or what a group of people there say. But there's no, we call them wishy-washy. It just depends on what the group of people say at that time. And then another group comes in and says something that, they said this. And so decisive leadership, in my view, says that I'm able to have an honest conversation with you and say that's really not in the best interest of the whole. Helps you. It's really bad for them. Okay? Can we decide on what's best for us all collectively? And so I don't think any one politician represents just a specific segment. We call it an interest group. And again, there are interest groups. I'm sure they lobby at the county level like they did at the states. My experience has been with the state, and I've saw legislators waffle on issues depending on who came to their office and how many of them there were and what message they left with them. So I think decisive leadership is needed. That's why we saw and see the girth of being ignored economically or whatever in the eastern part of the county. This isn't new to CC1. That section of that county has been in CC1 for a long time. So that stuff didn't happen overnight. But we will get into that after November 8th.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. And thank you for explaining that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, especially regarding when you get out, into that area. I live out that way as well. There are varying degrees. Yes. And so I have heard that county commissioners have more power and are even more important than your state senators and your House of Representatives. For those of us who may not be politically inclined or have quite the understanding, tell us a little bit about what a county commissioner does.
I haven't been elected to the county commission.
Okay.
I can only tell you philosophically, and again, there's some knowledge I have of the office and what a county commissioner does because I am friends with county commissioners and have been with my county commissioner prior to the incumbent's election.
Yes.
County commissioners, basically the thrust is to maintain roads and bridges in what we call unincorporated areas of the county. So the county commissioner really doesn't have direct oversight of everything in the county. It's the unincorporated areas that they get to make decisive decisions about. In areas where you have cities or town limits or jurisdictions, then clearly the county commissioner works with those governmental bodies and entities, say the trustees or council persons, to see how they can partner with them. So we can't go in and tell a city or town what to do. However, we have capacity that sometimes exceeds what a small town or city can do. And so partnering with them to get things done for roads and bridges, or even economic development, there has been a social agenda that's come forth over the last 5 to 10 years. I don't know where we plug in as a county commissioner because I'm not elected, haven't seen the data, and there's been no presentations made to me. But I'm saying if cities and towns are doing things to deal with homelessness, to deal with poverty, clearly that's not a direct responsibility of the county, but it is a responsibility of cities, towns, and municipalities. If there's some opportunities there to do that, I think we will look at that. So what does a county commissioner do? They have 1/3 of the whole county. They have jurisdiction over 1/3 of the whole county, recognizing that there are overlapping jurisdictions. Oklahoma City, we don't go in and fix things in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has its own tax base. It has its ability to maintain its own roads and bridges. But we can get into things like Spencer or Nakoma Park, Forest Park. Those are small towns. If it's less than, I think, 5,000 population, the county can participate in maintaining those roads and bridges. I think the current understanding is that they participate in some level also, but the county can do that. And then the unincorporated areas, we have total jurisdiction over those roads and bridges that outside of any city limit. That's clearly a county commissioner's deal. So when they say it's this stronger position than a senator, first off, it's a larger district than a Senate district. Let's be very clear.
Okay.
It represents far more citizens than a Senate district or a House district. But if I talk about the strength of it, and I'm humbled by it,
yes,
as well as I'm equally cognitive of the fact that it is a very much more powerful seat than a state legislature seat. We are a republic, a constitutional republic. As a nation, we are. Our state models the structure of a republic, being that there's 3 houses of government that place checks and balances against each other. That's how our framers of our Constitution set it up. So at the federal level, you have the U.S. House, the Senate, that makes up the legislative body. You have the president, who makes up the executive branch. And then you have the judiciary, the courts, which makes up the 3rd co-equal branch of government. That defines a republic, not a democracy, a republic.
Oh, Willard, I'm going to hold off just a second. This is an excellent conversation. We are going to continue it, but the kitty is needing treats, and we're going to be back in just a moment. So hold on for the break. We're going to get back to this topic.
Okay.
Hold on. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. I am your host, Mick Meow. We are here today with Willard Lindsay, and we were talking about his run for County Commissioner, District 1. So when we left off at the break, you were talking to us about how you would fill that role and the responsibilities of a county commissioner. So you were talking about the federal level. I'm going to let you talk to us.
Well, Yes, we did define that. First off, we're a constitutional republic, and when we went to break, we were explaining what makes a constitutional republic, the three co-equal branches of government. I think I had shared that the state models a constitutional republic and that it's set up the same way as the federal government is. You have a House, a Senate, which makes up the legislative branch. You have a governor, which makes up the executive branch, and you have the court systems that makes up the judiciary. That's the defining role, a definition or structure of a republic form of government. People elect representatives to go to those legislative branches to represent their interest. At the county level, we don't have a republic. Weird as that might be, I'll take that spin to say, you say there's a lot of power in the county commissioners. I said, it's not a republic. County commissioners are really an extension of the state. They can't act on anything that's not state law. They don't make laws. There is no county legislative branch. There is no county judiciary. They're just executors. They execute state law at the county level. And so that's what a county commissioner is. I'm asking the voters in Oklahoma County to elect me as their county commissioner to execute decisive leadership, to execute state policy at the county level. So while we're elected at the county level, we really execute or run the interest of the state at the county level. 77 counties divided into 3 equal parts. And what they do is they execute state law. Okay, we get to make rules on how we spend county revenues based on state law. We get to decide things, but we don't make those laws. We don't make those laws. The district attorney, which is an extension of the state also. You have a state AG, and then each county has a district attorney. They are executing and interpreting state law at the county level. And so that's the weird part about county government. It's some people see it as a part of our bureaucracy. Well, it really isn't. They're just executors. They don't make any of those laws. We have to go to the legislature and lobby them for law changes. If we find that the law is causing a problem in our county, we can't change that by itself. We have to go to the legislature to get it changed. So that's what I think makes it a very powerful seat. When people say there's only 3, when the 2 of the 3 agree, it's done. If you go to the House of Representatives, 101 members, you got to have 51 people to agree with you. When you go to the Senate, it's a 48-member body. You got to have 25 votes to agree with you to make your deal happen. At the county, 1. It's a very powerful position to be in if you're trying to make policy and change the lives and conditions of taxpayers in their best interest. Very powerful.
Thank you for explaining that. That was very succinct, and I like that. I kind of got a little engrossed there. I was kind of like, I'm going to do one of these. Yes, continue on.
Usually people's eyes go out over and they're like, that's over their head. What did he say? I take it with a lot of responsibility. I really am humbled by it, and I recognize that getting it wrong can have devastating effects on citizens at the local level. It really can. Your bridge don't get fixed because you couldn't get one other county commissioner to agree with you. This is a better place to spend the money. Or you can say, well, all he needed was 1 vote. Could you hear them say that? Not he needed 52 or he needed 25. All he needed 1. He couldn't even get 1 vote. Riveting. It can be. And I think when you look at my incumbent, and I probably, the runoffs are probably over. They're close to being over in 2 weeks.
Yes.
I really do believe she's done her absolute best. I really do. I've looked at what she was able to get accomplished. I've followed some of the conversations she's had on the Board of County Commissioners. And if you really listen to her, she'll tell you, they just keep outvoting me. So it's not perhaps that she didn't want to do more. Now the luxury of doing it, which could take me into that conversation about that we talked about Republicans voting for Democrat pieces, because you need to listen and hear what she said.
I love how you segued in, because that is something that I wanted to talk to you about. You and I had a conversation about the campaign and the race, and we were talking about just how Democrats are throwing money into Republican races to try and get a candidate that they want to vote against. Republicans are, trying to switch to Democrats or vote Democrats. We were kind of having that conversation. There was a bit of a concern, and I wondered if you'd be willing to share that with us.
That is, I see the next serious conversation is the Republican Party, Patriots, conservatives, whatever term you want to use, that I think we need to begin to talk about as we come out of these runoffs. There's a concept called popularity, personality politics, and it's always been there. We vote for the person we like the best, and I think, while I don't like the fact it happens that way, it's a free individual choice, free speech issue, and you can't take away a person's right not to like someone because they don't like them. Why they wear a green shirt. I don't like people to wear green shirts. Get it? Got it. The conversation that's disturbing me now that we talked about was that I won my primary. 66.5% of the 10,000 people that went to the polls and voted, that's 7,000 voters, said Willard was the candidate to go to the November ballot. As a result of that, after that fact, we began to hear conversations about Republicans not wanting to vote for Willard in November. And that disturbed me. But again, it's their free right. If they don't like me as a person, I'm okay with, don't vote for me. I get that. Okay, I'd love to have you vote, but you have a right not to vote for me. We have gone to a deeper level of conversation that says they're now saying, I'm going to vote for the Democrat. And that disturbs me. I'd rather they not vote. But I'm not accepting of the fact that conservatives would go vote for the Democrat candidate simply because they don't like the Republican candidate. Again, we're coming out of a runoff to where Republicans are going to decide on August 23rd which of the two Republicans they like best or think can do the job best. I would hate for the folks who lose to take an attitude like that. That because my guy or girl didn't win, I'm going to go vote for the Democrat. That's egregious. And I hear the cat crying again.
Yes.
So we want to pick that back up because that's where we're having a problem with that ideology.
Love it. I love it. We are going to take care of the kitty. He's woken up from his nap. We're going to come back and pick up this conversation. Very important conversation to have. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. I am your host, McMeow. We are here today talking with Willard Lindsay, running for County Commissioner District 1. I love it. When we left off, we were talking about the effects of the personality politics and the effects of Republicans voting for Democrats, Democrats funding Republicans. We were talking about all of that kind of egregious mixture. And you were giving us insight into the races and how this is going through in Oklahoma.
Well, yes, I talked about how I found it to be egregious. And again, the phenomenon isn't really that new. We know what the effects of Republicans voting for Democrats can produce and will produce. Again, I point to the Steve Russell race when we lost congressional 5th district. Um, there was personality politics, and that he had offended a lot of the Republican base. Republicans went to the polls; they just didn't vote for him, and thus Kendra Horn was elected, and we placed him in Congress for 1 term. And of course, Stephanie Bice came back later and demonstrated the strength of the Republican base in that personality politics, that she was more likable, whatever. So they voted for her, and Kendra Horn went bye-bye. So, but that's the danger I think we see when we see Republicans messaging that we're not going to vote in an election. Republicans can't win these elections. The egregious piece would be when they say we're going to go vote for the Democrat. There's no political advantage to that. This is a red county. It's a red state. I could see Democrats saying, we're going to vote for the Republican because I want to have a seat at the table. I want to be in the room. I want to play in the game. But as a Republican, take the Cindy Munson seat. That's a Republican district. Now, what they do is they've elected a Democrat consistently over and over again, I think for going on the 3rd term. But then they go around back door and they go to Republican legislators about moving legislation and supporting bills that they see as important to them. And I think that's egregious. So I think that a Republican legislature should tell them, you need to go see your Democrat elected official. You elected them. If they think there's something there for me, they'll come talk to me. Not that I'm going to act on it, but you shouldn't be in here talking to me. You're not really my constituent. And I think that once we start doing that, we bring the responsibility back to the Republican voter to be cognitive of who you elected. If you don't want to be in the game, you don't have to be in the game. Go to the shade. Go over and have a seat. Watch us play the game. Okay? And I think the same thing happens at the county. You'll hear the incumbents say things at political forums. They keep outvoting me. What does that mean when she says that to them? She's trying to message to them. It's not that I don't want to do better. Not that I don't want to get things done for you. Just not getting the 1 vote I need. I said it's a very powerful position to be in as a county commissioner because 1 vote stands between your success and your failure. So I think that there is an advantage and I hope I'm able to reach out to Democrat voters and help them see the benefit of sending Willard versus another Democrat. Because there is a political advantage to be garnered by it. But there is 0 political benefit for a Republican to be saying, I'm going to send a Democrat. Well, to keep who's there. How's that working for you? Okay. So that's what I see as what's ahead of us. It's not just County Commission District 1, Nick. We're going to have to decide the same thing, like I say, in the Cindy Munson seats, whether it's 2 Republicans in a runoff. Somewhere we have to ask ourselves, Republicans have to ask themselves, what's in our best interest? What's in our best interest?
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how you would combat that, or how do we combat that? How do we change that process of I'm a Republican, I'm going to go and vote for the Democrat because either I don't like that person or personality politics. Is there a way to fight that? Is there a way to work that out?
I think the only response has to be with other fellow Republicans. When we hear garbage like that, excuse me, understanding that there's 0 political advantage, you have to ask yourself, why would you be asking me to vote for Democrats who won't get anything done? I mean, they're good people. They got a good personalities. They're, educated and whatever. I've said this on a campaign trail before. The absolute dumbest, ignorant Republican is going to fare better than the most brilliant, educated, and enlightened Democrat in today's composition. Again, you go to the House of Representatives, you go to the state Senate, strictly by the numbers. We run our government. We run public policy based on majority rule. And so, there's 9 senators, Democrat senators? On what day do you see that they ain't garner 50 plus 1%? 0 days. You pick the day. You run the bill, whichever one, straight along party lines. And so they'll talk about, well, I can get by party support and whatever. That's the message of a failure of the minority. I don't need bipartisan support on anything. If I control the 50 plus 1% vote on any given day, the 49% don't matter. And we try to gloss over that, to not even talk about it. I'm talking about politicians who'll sit in the Republican side of the seat. Well, I'm going to run this bill, and I believe I can get bipartisan support. You don't need bipartisan support. Why are you even having that conversation? In fact, let's go to Congress. They passed this something $1 trillion bill, straight along party lines.
Right.
And the vice president who had the deciding vote, it was 50-50. You don't need bipartisan support if you control the vote.
Right.
Pass it.
What about working within that constituency, though? What about you have a Democratic constituency and you're a Republican and you work within that community or that constituency, or am I going off in it?
No. I in the general election, a Democrat can vote for a Republican if they deem it to be in their best interest. And I said, if you want to be in the game, you want to have your message heard, why wouldn't you vote for the Republican who can be in the game, in the room of the majority, and on any given day, perhaps get 50 plus 1% of the vote to go their way? Zero opportunity for a Republican to send a Democrat to a legislative body that's controlled by Republicans. Again, on what day do you see yourself winning? Only on the day that the Republicans decide you will win. Any other day, you lose.
Willard, thank you so much. The kitty is crying. When we come back, we are going to finish up this interview. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. We are here with Willard Lindsay. Willard, I have so enjoyed this interview. You've really given me not only a lot to think about, but you've given our viewers a lot of information. I know that you're in the general election, but where can we go to find you, to help, to get involved?
Well, I have a Facebook page, Committee to Elect Willard Lindsay. I try to keep that dynamic and ever current, and then have a week website page at www.willardlindsay.com. So it's not glaringly there, but you can clearly donate on that website. And I think that's my greatest need right now, Mick, is we have to be able to get the message out. That's mailers, it's campaign signs, door knocking, anything that a constitutional loving Republican or conservative Democrat or conservative too, if they want to get involved, now's a good time to be doing that or thinking how they will. And so again, we're looking at Republicans going to the polls on November 8th and voting for Republicans. We got the Kevin Calvey race. It's going to be decided on the 23rd. One of the two of them is coming out of that race. And Republicans need to pull behind our nominee that goes to that November ballot. I'm already on the November ballot. Need your help, need your support. So will the winner of that race, as well as all the other runoffs, Republican runoffs that are going. Though we need to pull together and find out how to reach out to those candidates that go to the November ballot. So you having me here to speak to your listeners is a godsend.
Well,
it really is.
It's a godsend for us to have you, Willard. Thank you so much. And look at the bottom of the screen because it is scrolling his website. And on the digital TV, you're also going to be able to see his website as well. So don't miss out and make sure you get out that vote. Willard Lindsay, November 8th. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. We are here with our next guest, Kevin Calvi, and he is running for District Attorney, District 7. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us today. I am so grateful that you are here.
You bet.
You are in a runoff.
Yes.
August 23rd, mark that date down. Very important. So tell us briefly, just for our viewers, tell us a little bit about yourself. And you right now are county commissioner.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that as well.
Okay, sure. So Kevin Calvi, I'm currently an Oklahoma County Commissioner, formerly served in the state legislature. I also served in the Army, where my job when I served in Iraq, in Baghdad, was that I prosecuted terrorists in a combat zone. So Al-Qaeda leaders and beheaders and car bombers. So 5 days a week it was, put on your body armor, lock and load, go outside our base into a hostile fire zone where we worked with Iraqi court personnel in order to prosecute these terrorists. Wow. And we were able to get several of them sentenced to death and by hanging, as well as lengthy prison sentences. And Army awarded me the Bronze Star Medal for my service there. I worked with special ops units and military and civilian law enforcement agencies, and best experience of my life other than being a husband and father. And my wife and I have 7 children. We homeschool, so we're very blessed to be able to do that. And then I am running for district attorney. And the reason I'm running for that is there are serious problems in the DA's office right now. I'm running to do really several things. Let's say talk about 3 major changes and some other policy changes as well. One, we need to restore a good relationship between the Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office and law enforcement. Yeah. Right now, the Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office was wrongfully prosecuting 5 Oklahoma City police officers who shot an armed robber basically just to defend themselves. You can see it on video. It's been all over the news. This thug comes out of the store that he's just robbed, and they tell him to keep his hands up, and instead he reaches behind his back. Looks like he's going for a weapon, and so they shot and killed him. Turned out to be a 15-year-old kid, but the cops didn't know that, and they acted in self-defense. Yet they're being prosecuted for a felony that could land them life in prison, and that's wrong. It's demoralizing to the police when we do that. Anybody can look at that video and say there's definitely reasonable doubt that the cops did anything wrong. I don't think they did anything wrong. I think it's perfect self-defense. But that's it's causing a problem with recruitment and retention in the Oklahoma City Police Department. So it's a serious problem. So we need to restore that relationship. The second thing we need to do is put the focus of that office, instead of playing political games by threatening this or that politician with prosecution for piddly ant things, we need to focus that office on public safety. We need to make sure that we are hammering down on violent criminals. I had one state agency that goes after drug gangs and things like that. Drug cartels tell me that they can't get the DA's office now even to take their cases because they say they're too busy. They're too busy, of course that means they're too busy doing their political stuff, and that's not right. We need to focus on public safety. And the third thing we need to do is And I might sound like a bleeding heart liberal for just a second, so bear with me on
Nope.
this, but this is one where liberals and conservatives should agree. We need to refocus the resources of the whole criminal justice system on public safety and not on doing things like harassing poor people for not being able to pay fines. Here's what happens. If somebody is convicted of a crime or plead bargains and they're on probation, they're ordered to pay fees every so often and fines. Many of those fees have nothing to do with the criminal justice system. It's things that have been tacked on to criminal convictions over the years by the legislature. Boating safety fee or a law library fee. It has nothing to do with public safety. When the people can't pay these fees or fines, they're asked to come back every month to court and explain why they can't pay. Well, they're poor. That's why they can't pay. But they're kind of setting them up to fail on this because one of those times they might miss court. I mean, they can have a sick child and can't get child care. They could have a flat tire, the ride doesn't show up. Or, let's face it, many of these folks are not the sharpest pencils in the box and they might forget. Now, should you pay your fines? Yes. Should you go to court when you're supposed to? Yes. But when you make them do this so often, life happens, and that's not, and when they miss court, a warrant's issued for their arrest. They're rearrested. If they could bond out once, good luck bonding out again. If they're there over the weekend, good luck keeping your job. And then, if you're a single parent, kids can get taken into DHS custody. A whole cascading pile of poo happens from that. Yeah. And that's a bad reason to put somebody in jail. We need to put people in jail who are a danger to the public. Absolutely. We don't want to be like one of these woke jurisdictions around the country, Manhattan or Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago. We don't want to be anything like them. We want to hammer down on violent criminals, sex offenders, this sort of thing. But just somebody who hasn't paid their fines and fees, we're actually spending more as a society to put these people in jail than we're collecting in the fines and fees. But the DA's office doesn't care about that because guess what? The cost of the jailing doesn't come out of the DA's budget. Some of the fines do go into their budget. And that's not right. We should, I hope the legislature will reorganize that system to where they fully pay the full cost of the judges, district attorneys, and public defenders, the whole system, so that there's no incentive to go and try to collect fees and things like that to prosecute for that reason. And that we can look at it in a smarter way. And again, refocus that our whole criminal justice system on public safety. Because what we end up doing is if somebody spends more time in jail and stuff like that, you are not helping public safety, and you might actually be harming it by doing so. So that's what we need to do. Those are the main things I'd like to do. And then a couple other things. Number one, I'm a very strong advocate for the Second Amendment and the right of self-defense. You ever heard of the state's standard ground law?
Yes.
I wrote it when I was in the legislature. That was my bill back
thank you.
Thank you. Back in 2006.
And thank you for your service.
Well, happy to do it. Happy to do it. So we need to, too often now, our DA's office doesn't respect the right of self-defense. There's a case right now, I don't know if we have time to talk about it, but there's a young African-American combat veteran. Turned out he was in Iraq, same time I was, didn't know him, different base, all that. But he had a business. It was actually a marijuana grow business. I'm not a big fan of marijuana, but it's legal. The voters have spoken, and he had a legit business. A guy, happened to be a white guy, doesn't matter though, whether white or black, was trying to break into his business, and he fired a warning shot through the door. Actually didn't intend to kill him, but the guy had bent down to Jimmy open the door, and it did kill him. Even if he had intended to kill him, he would have been well within his rights under the standard ground law.
Right.
And when I found out about the case, he spent a year in jail already before I ever found out about the case, and then he was bonded out. And then shortly after that, I was made aware of the case. LaRue Bratcher is his name. And so I said, I don't think this is right. He shouldn't be prosecuted like this. I know because I wrote the law, the standard ground law. Right. Well, the district attorney's office subpoenaed me. They thought they were going to bully me and make me back down that way. But I took a picture of the subpoena. I posted it on Facebook, and I said, I'll see you in court, cop hater prater. That's what I call the DA now, because it was his hatred of the police on these prosecutions. And I said, prepare to be humiliated. I showed up for court, and they slunk around and dropped the subpoena. So we were able successfully to go and advocate for that. He is still up for trial, but the DA's office has asked for it to be put off now. I think they know they're in trouble. I think they know they're not going to prevail in that case.
Wow. That is an amazing story. We are going to take a quick break.
Sure.
Because the kitty's awake.
I heard the meow.
You heard the meow. We are going to be back in a minute, so don't go away. We're going to talk more with Kevin Calvi. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. I'm your host, McMeow. We are here today with Kevin Calvi, who is running for District Attorney, District 7. Sir, you were telling us about this prosecution that's going on of this gentleman who, self-defense, shot this gentleman through a door. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So you're talking about the case of LaRue Bratcher that we were visiting about.
LaRue
LaRue is a African-American combat veteran. And in fact, he was, for those who are Iraq veterans out there, or at least anybody who spent any time in and around Baghdad at that time in 2007, he was a convoy driver, and he had to do convoys through Sadr City. Those who were there, my brothers in arms, I was there at that time too, different base from LaRue. We know Sadr City is a huge Shiite slum. That's where most of the terrorist attacks on U.S. troops were coming from in Baghdad at that time. They were shooting rockets at us from there. Very, very dangerous, probably the most dangerous area in the world at that time. So LaRue Bratcher doesn't have to prove his courage or his loyalty to our country in any other way the rest of his life. Anyway, to reiterate the story, LaRue had a marijuana grow business. He, a guy who had already tried to break in once, LaRue was there at the business. The guy tries to break in again. He fires through the door, not actually intending to hit him, but it ends up killing him. Even if he had intended to kill him, he would have been within his rights under the state's standard ground law. I know because I wrote that law. And then LaRue called the cops. He calls the police. The cops show up and they say, "Yeah, this looks like a clean shoot. It was okay." But they did a search and found out that his business license had lapsed. Okay, kind of a technical violation. So they arrested him just for the business license. He bonded out immediately. But when the DA's office found out about it, they charged LaRue with murder. Now, originally it was second-degree murder, but then my opponent, Giger, in this race, at one point got that charge bumped up to first-degree murder. And the DA's office, it went back down to second-degree murder since then, but they're trying to prosecute him for that when he doesn't deserve to be prosecuted for that at all. He'll face a fine for the lapsed license or whatever, that's fine. But
sure.
But as far as the death of this thug that was trying to break in, who was hopped up on drugs, the guy and all that, LaRue did the right thing. He called the police. He was upfront about it. This is the problem that these kind of gotcha game prosecutions that the current DA's office does. We need to focus on public safety. LaRue Bratcher is no threat to anybody here. He is trying to do the right thing, running a business and things of that nature. He does not deserve that. And it's funny, the DA's office subpoenaed me to testify. I thought they'd bully me, and then they ended up dropping the subpoena. And that day that I was there in court and they dropped it, we had an impromptu press conference afterwards. The media was there. And we had Don Spencer, the OK2A Second Amendment Organization, and myself, and then some black pastors from the Northeast side. They were not Republicans, right? And also a lady, Meredith Looper. Meredith's mother, Clara Looper, was the pioneer of the civil rights movement here in Oklahoma. She led the sit-ins, the lunch counter sit-ins in the 60s and things like that here in Oklahoma City. And her daughter, Meredith, also as a child participated in those and was there. So kind of, what we said at the time was, this is not an issue of right versus left. It's an issue of right versus wrong.
Right.
And so there are issues about which we all still can't agree. And this is one where not doing gotcha game prosecutions and respecting the right of people to self-defense. And I believe very strongly in that, and that's something I will stand for, not only with people like LaRue, but also those 5 police officers we were talking about in the last
Yes.
segment. So these are very important issues that we need to deal with, and that's why I'm running for district attorney.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and with us, because that is reminiscent of what just happened in New York,
Yes.
with the
Yeah.
bodega
Actually,
owner.
right. Yeah. With Luis Alba. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish we could say to Luis Alba, because he says now he's afraid and he doesn't want to go back to his business and is going to move back to the Dominican Republic. Man, come to Oklahoma. We'll love you. If I'm the DA, I'll pat you on the back, help you along, and all that. He did the right thing, defending himself against that thug who was trying to attack him.
Yes.
So for sure.
Absolutely. Well, can we switch gears a little bit?
Sure.
Because you are a big fighter for election integrity.
Sure. Yes. It's
and we appreciate that so much. We all do. But can you give us a little bit of your insight and your input of how we and what we need to do as far as here in Oklahoma to improve election integrity?
Sure. Well, obviously, election integrity is critically important. There was a former U.S. Senator from Wyoming, Malcolm Wallop, who had a saying, and it may not have been original with him, but he's the first person I heard say it. This is 20 plus years. He say there are 3 boxes that guard our liberty. There's the ballot box, the jury box, and the cartridge box. And I very much agree with that. But the ballot box, is a critical part of that. We need to make sure that our elections are fair and that everybody's vote gets counted only once.
Right.
Right. And so we do need to look at that. And obviously after the 2020 election, and it's not something that started in that election, but it kind of became most infamous there. It appears that there was some, voter fraud, particularly in some of the swing states that were there. I haven't independently looked at it to tell whether that was enough to change the election, but it might have. And it was certainly worth looking into before that election was certified. So here's some things it seems to me that you could do to preserve election integrity. Number one, the problem, it appears to me, predominantly occurs with the absentee ballot system, mail-in ballots. I don't think, first of all, I will say in Oklahoma, I don't think we are anywhere near as bad as these other states. But our election officials, can't be expected to be able to police all the absentee ballots and things like that. It's not practical for either here in Oklahoma or elsewhere. So perhaps what needs to happen is we need to look at the absentee ballot system and make that more, have more oversight into that, who can get an absentee ballot. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem with people voting absentee per se, but it's a lot easier to commit fraud on absentee ballots than it is on an in-person ballot. I also don't think, at least here in Oklahoma, that the problem is like stuffing the ballot box after the fact or things of that nature. Obviously, we should have audits on machines and things like that to make sure those are operating correctly. But I think the main problem, not only in Oklahoma but in other places, is the absentee ballots, and I think that we need to narrow the window by which those can be sent and mailed back in. I think perhaps we should look at. You used to have to give a reason why you needed an absentee ballot. So we should look at that again. I know during COVID that was relaxed somewhat. Of course, I think a lot of, there's a lot of reactions to COVID that, with the benefit of hindsight, we now can see were excessive. Lockdowns and things like that have been proven not to have worked.
Absolutely.
But perhaps we should look at, certainly people who are shut-ins or in a hospital, people who are in the military obviously need to be able to vote absentee if they're overseas, missionaries, people working over, there are legitimate reasons why there are people who would need to vote absentee. I voted absentee when I was out of state going to school, for instance. So there are legitimate reasons for it. I don't think we should abolish absentee ballots, but I do think that that the fewer opportunities for mischief, the better. The fewer opportunities for mischief, the less mischief you will have. So I don't know all the answers, but I do think that it appears that that's where most of the problems occur. And again, I don't know the answers, but that's the area that I think would be the most right.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Once again, that kitty is awake, and we need to take care of him. So don't go away. We're going to be back with Kevin Calvi in just a moment. Welcome back to the Conservative Continuum. I am your host, Mick Meow, and we are here with Kevin Calvi and the Kitty. So please be sure to follow me on patreon.com/Mick Meow. You can also find the Conservative Continuum on Rumble and Facebook, and then Mick Meow is on Truth Social, Telegram, and Substack. When we left off, you were talking to us about election integrity, and I just kind of want to follow up just a little bit into that, because I know as you've given us information about what we need to look at with ballot boxes or mail-in ballots. We don't have ballot boxes, but mail-in ballots, and auditing the machines. But what could you do specifically to ensure that we safeguard our elections?
So the district attorney's office is overwhelmingly a reactive function, right? So a crime has been committed, and then you go prosecute it. So I will guarantee you, if I catch anybody, submitting fraudulent ballots or ballot harvesting, any illegal activity like that, I will come down on that like a ton of bricks, because it is effectively an attack on our entire system of government to be doing that. And so I will take it very seriously. I won't give any slaps on the wrist. We will take it very seriously if people are engaging in.
Thank you. I am so glad to hear that, and I hope everybody out there in the audience heard that as well. That brings me to the next point. Is there legislation that you would like to see passed, or that you would like to bring up yourself when you become the district attorney?
Sure, there'd probably be several things. One, I kind of alluded to earlier. I do think that the criminal justice system here in Oklahoma, there are some, there's at least, there's a couple of incentives in the system that actually incentivize, kind of a one-size-fits-all approach to, prosecuting. And that is, there are certain fines and fees that prosecutors use to fund their offices. And I think that's not the best way to do that. I think that it would be better if the legislature would fully fund judges, district attorneys, public defenders, so that the system does not feel like it has to eat what it kills. In other words, it doesn't have to go and collect fines and fees from people just in order to fund the system. But don't get me wrong, there are certain fees that are they're perfectly legitimate to expect criminal guilty of the crimes to pay, and that would be restitution to the victims. That absolutely I will pursue and go after. But when it's a bunch of other fines and fees, there's 80 different fees tacked onto a criminal conviction.
Whoa.
The vast majority of them do not have anything to do with public safety. I mentioned a couple earlier, a boating safety fee, a law library fee. These are things that should be funded as general function of government, not by putting it on the backs of criminal defendants. It sounds great to say, let's make these scofflaws pay and all that, but the vast majority of these people are just desperately poor and they can't pay it. So we are actually, when you have to put people like that back in jail for not paying or for just missing court on a time when they're supposed to explain why they can't pay it, you're actually costing the taxpayers more than you're actually going to collect the fines. We're collecting only about 30% of those fines statewide right now. That's an issue that should unite liberals and conservatives, because it's not fiscally conservative and it's not humane to do that. And so I'd like to bring the focus of the entire criminal justice system back on public safety, not on going and treating jail like a debtor's prison. That's just not, that should have gone out the door in the 19th century. We should be using jail to protect us from dangerous people, not using it as a debtor's prison.
And it seems like you're just sort of perpetuating a problem. You keep finding them, they can't afford it. I mean, you're just causing more of an issue than you're solving.
Well, yeah, and I think some of the people end up getting, basically giving up and feeling like it's hopeless, that they'll never get, straight with the system over things that, again, have nothing to do with public safety, nothing to do with paying restitution to their victims. When people get hopeless like that, then, the argument is they're more likely to just say, well, I'll just go ahead and live a life of crime. That's not an excuse for committing crimes, but I think we can be smarter about it, and we can actually improve public safety, which is the key and the goal, with a smarter approach to that.
Excellent. Is there any other legislation that you would like to see besides public safety? Anything for election integrity or anything?
In terms of election integrity, that's kind of a topic, more than what the DA's office, can by itself deal with. I just think that if you're going to look at something, it seems to me that absentee ballots and making sure there's better oversight over that than there would be probably the most fruitful thing to do here in Oklahoma. Again, in Oklahoma, it's not as bad as it is in some other states. Other legislation, we certainly want to be, tough on crime and smart on crime. So, that combination of things, I think we should look at. Not everything that goes as reform is a good idea. The types of reforms they've done in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, New York, those are bad reforms.
Right.
But, I think there are things like I talked about with the fines and fees that are reforms that can and should be done that really, people across the political spectrum want to agree on. So, we'll be looking at those sorts of things and making sure that the office can, protect public safety. That's really what it's all about.
Wonderful. I want everybody to know that Kevin Calvi's website is scrolling on the digital TV, so you can see that. And also, website is scrolling at the bottom. But tell us a little bit about what you're doing to get out the vote,
Sure.
How we can help, where we can find you, what do you need, because I know you're in a runoff.
I am. So we almost won it just outright without a runoff in the primary. I got 49.97% of the vote. So my nearest competitor, the guy who ended up getting a runoff, Giger, works for the DA's office now, got 23% of the vote. So we have a big lead going into it. But we have to take it seriously. Runoffs are strange animals. So we do need help. VoteCalvi.com, as you indicated, is our website. Also, if you're affiliated with any of the organizations that are, many conservatives work with, Lion's Den or, OK2A, HBR, OPAC, these kinds of groups, they're all supporting me. And so, just connect with those groups, and we're working with them to try to, coordinate the best way, I think.
Excellent. Do you need people to come out, knock doors,
Knock
post
doors,
out
wave
signs?
signs on election day? Absolutely. We do all those sorts of things. Put out signs. We do indeed. Need all that, and now's the time. So I would urge you to contact those groups, or just reach out to us on our website, VoteCalvi, info@votecalvi.com. Email. So.
Well, the kitty is telling us that our interview is done. But I am so grateful that you are here, that you came out, that you saw us, and I hope that you come back when you win your runoff.
Fair enough. We'll do it.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
You bet.
Have a great day. Thank you for curling up with us today. I am so grateful that you watched my program, and I am truly blessed by all of you. I hope that you will mark August 23rd on your calendars, and that you will get out the vote, and then you will get out and vote. So please be sure to follow me on patreon.com/McMeow. You can also find the Conservative Continuum on Rumble and on Facebook, and McMeow is on Truth Social, Telegram, and Substack. I look forward to seeing you all next week when we will be talking with Dr. Mark Sherwood, and we will talk about narratives, why words matter, and whether to change them or just to embrace them. So don't forget, stand up, speak out, get involved, and be blessed always, my friends.
Hustler. Play that beat.
Hey man, I don't have a motherfucking choice but to make it. You hear me? Big money schemes, not dreams. I'm trying to put on for the fam, I'm trying to put on for the team. Nigga, we gotta make this shit work. Hey, I'm up, baby, I'm up all the time.
Have you ever lost it all? Have it back against the wall? But you had to persevere, couldn't show fear, had to stand tall. For the money, said it all. For the money, miss a call. For the money, let's be 100 guarantee. I'ma risk it all because I'm too hungry to be nothing. 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 Everything happens for a reason. Life challenged me to have to squeeze it. At the bottom, I was independent. Didn't think I would be the same. To my neck with the pressure winning. Felt like I was locked in the prison. God, why did I not listen? Screaming, I need to be winning. I was hungry with nothing. I was lonely with no one. I was wandering with no path. Now I'm coming for myself. Open eyes now, see no limits. Rapping it and opened up a vision. Now I'm suited up for business. Come up, got me feeling short-winded. Never humble to be in a system. I really had to learn to be a villain. And this message for the people listening. Only you can be the one to end it. Have you ever lost it all? Have it back against the wall? But you had to persevere, couldn't show fear, had to stand tall. For the money, said it all. For the money, miss a call. For the money, let's be 100 guarantee. I'ma risk it all because I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing.
If I had to stretch a meal, I remember days Raymond noodle diet. Niggas learned shit got real. I had a quarter pound of some sticky icky. That's all we had to pay bills. If we didn't profit, then you out of pocket. Have you ever had to go and steal? I've been really out in the field. Now it's fuck starving. 223s, a whole 100. I had to up the cartridge. I put a scope on that bitch. Let's see who get the farthest. I'm not from here. We are not the same, bitch. I'm a Martian. I'm an alien. Clark Kent. I turn nothing to something consecutively. I stay hungry, but eat more than regularly. No heart, I be looking too devilish. I got hoes trying to whisper they fetish to me. I know some niggas indebted to me. Be easy to go where the medical be. I be cooking it up, secret recipe. What I make in a day to make couple weeks.
I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing. I'm too hungry to be nothing.
Happening, Gear Jammers. So, I did a thing. This is Moto. I'm at the bunker. Hashtag OTU Media. And this is going to be a very unique installment of Behind the Wheel Explore America. I got off on a little bit of a tangent yesterday, and I was trying to get the coast-to-coast map so that we could get a garage set up where we actually domicile right here in Red Man Land in Oklahoma. And while working to mod and patch the game, I found some other vehicles, and I may have imported this F-350, and then I may have done something else real funny. I may have gone to see if I could actually pick up a load with it, and it actually kind of worked. And so now I have to finish this haul before I can get back to my regular truck. And a super special, awesome surprise that you guys are going to find out about at the end of this episode. So you guys stay tuned, and it's not on the truck this time. It's not on the truck right now, but I want to remind you to go and check out CDL University at cdluniversity.org, or you can find them on Facebook at CDL University Truck Driving School. Make sure you guys check them out. #1 CDL school in the country. I do not condone hauling anything that looks like this back here with anything that looks like this up here. So we've got a few things like a special transmission and not a whole lot else to help us haul this beast. And I suspect that an actual F-350 with the right loadout and armaments would maybe be able to haul this thing, but I'm not sure. However, I do know that the folks at CDL University would not encourage this. So make sure you give Darren Miller a call, 405-702-4333, or go see him at 2120 South Prospect Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. All right, let's get on the road, guys, and we are actually going to be finishing this haul. After I got hooked onto this thing and figured out that I had gotten myself into quite a little something, I hauled it halfway, essentially from Flagstaff to Las Vegas here, and decided to get some rest and make sure that we refuel here at our depot, which we can now do. We could not do that before. But by virtue of needing a place to put our vehicles here, our extra truck, I upgraded our trucking headquarters. I did not know that it would come with a filling station, but it did. Look at that. Are we even paying less now for diesel? I think I'm paying like 50 cents per gallon more at the gas station. This is amazing. All right, so I did have to take out a loan from the banque to be able to do that. So we have some new payments. Not super happy about those. But that's why we needed to make sure that we went ahead and put this truck right to work if we were able. So that's what we're doing, and now we're going to go ahead and see if we can finish this haul out. And then, like I told you guys, I have something that will not disappoint and is going to make for great content to finish the episode off. So make sure you guys stay tuned, share the stream, like CDL University on social media. If you want to find OTU Media and all of our content, you can go to our website, otumedia.us, or you can just search hashtag OTU Media on your favorite social media platform. We are for sure there. All right. As per usual as well, guys, we're going to go ahead and get some Tuesday Truths on. Let's hear from Darren Miller while we haul this awesome load with our cool new truck.
Visit cdluniversity.org. At CDL University, and another success, another one drives a truck. Hey, wanna help you too? Another one drives a truck. Another one drives a truck. Visit cdluniversity.org. At CDL University, and another success, another one drives a truck. Hey, wanna help you too? Another one drives a truck.
Used to having a lot more lights inside the cab here, making me nervous.
Hello, this is Darren Miller with another day on Tuesday that we bring a Tuesday Truth with CDL University. We get together on Tuesday with you to let you know what we do here at CDL University. We're a commercial driving license school. You want to get your commercial driver's license, come to CDL University. We will literally help you do that. The truth today is that this is the greatest country in the world. The truth today is that this country was literally formed so that you can do whatever you want to do to be successful.
Amen, Darren.
The United States of America was formed so that you could be whatever you want to be. and that you could do whatever you wanted to do. And the frontier was tackled by people that had ambition to not only make a living, but to help the country grow. And let me tell you who the most important people to me were to help this country grow. They were people that transported goods all across this country. And in today's modern world, they would be known as a truck driver. Let me tell you what truck drivers do. Truck drivers continue every second of the day to build this country and make it a better country. And let me tell you something, if you want to make a great living and you want to do something that's going to help mankind, I don't know of a better way to do that than to drive a truck. If you want to build a resume, I don't know what you can do better than drive a truck to build your resume. That you're in a $150,000 rig, you're responsible for it, it's loaded with millions of dollars of somebody else's product, and you're going to take that from point A to point B, and you're going to be responsible for it. And it's going to show up the way it was ordered, and it's going to be delivered on time. There's nothing that shows any more responsibility in our country than that. You want to help make America great, get in a truck and drive it. Because that's what you're doing every day when you're behind the wheel. You're continuing to help this country be the most prosperous country on the globe today. If you want to be a truck driver, call CDL University at 405-702-4333. Get us on the web at cdluniversity.org. cdluniversity.org.
Another one drives a truck. Visit cdluniversity.org. At CDL University, and another success, and another success. Another one drives a truck. Hey, gonna help you too. Another one drives
Hello, I'm
a truck.
Darren Miller with CDL University. You've just joined us with another edition of
Well, yeah,
Tuesday
see that
Truths.
truck rocking?
We like to come
You have
to
to be
you every
very
Tuesday
careful pulling
and
this
talk
much weight with a little
about
tiny,
what we do here at
truck
CDL
like this.
University. And what we do
my
at CDL
gosh.
University is we help
Yeah, that trailer
train
is all
people
there.
to get their commercial driver's license. We do that right here in Oklahoma City at 2120 South Prospect Avenue. We're just 2 miles south of downtown Oklahoma City on the east side access road of I-35. You can call us at 405-702-4333 to get the type of information that you need to get so that you can make a good decision on where you go to get truck training. Today our truth is we're going to talk about what are your expectations on training. When you decide that you want to look into getting your commercial driver's license and you decide where do I need to go that gives me the best opportunity to be successful doing that, that there's 3 things that you need to look at. The 3 things that you need to ask when you're looking at a school to help you get your CDL are, 1, what do they teach? 2, how do they teach it? And 3, for what cost? Those are the 3 most significant questions that you can ask yourself and ask the people that you choose to train you, or the school that you choose to train you. So most schools across the country, they teach you to pass your test to get your CDL. Passing a test and being a safe truck driver is not the same thing. If a school's not willing to teach you to be a safe driver, then you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money, because being a safe driver is what's going to keep you employed. Being a safe driver is what's going to get you that job when you go to orientation for a trucking company. When you decide to drive
I
for
forgot
somebody,
I got the dually wheels
just
back
because
there.
you have your CDL doesn't mean that they're going to hire you.
What is going on?
Just because they tell you to come to work for them doesn't mean that they're going to hire you. They're going to put you in a truck and they're going to see if you have the skills and if you've been taught to be a safe driver. The next question is, how do they teach it? Well, look, You've got to have a good curriculum, but you've got to have good standards and practices. You've got to have a good system. Like I said, if a school's just teaching you how to pass the test, that's going to show up when you go out and you look at how they teach. When you look at what their systematic approach is to training. Do all instructors teach exactly the same way? Do they teach the same thing? Do they have a structure that walks you through that's going to give you the foundation to drive safe? The next thing is what for what cost? Let's go back. Let's go back to how do they teach it. Look, everybody out there says they have small class sizes, and let me tell you why they say that. Because logically, anybody that's looking to learn to drive a truck, you got to realize that you can't learn to drive a truck without driving a truck. There's just no other way to do it. And we've had talks before on Tuesday Truths about numbers don't lie. Well, you got to take a look and you got to show up and you got to see how these people are doing it. And if you see 20 people standing in line for one truck, guys, gals, they're not getting enough time behind the wheel to be able to learn on the backing range how to do the backing techniques that they need to do. So look at their structure, look at their numbers, look how it all adds up. If it doesn't add up, then I'm telling you right now, you're not going to come out of that school and be a safe driver. You're not. You're not going to get the appropriate training that helps you build the foundation that every trucking company is looking for. You know, for what cost? What are you paying that school for? Are you paying that school to give you a good foundation to be successful? Or are you paying that school for a week of time to get something that you have to have before you train? If you're working on something that you have to have before you train, you're not getting the proper training for your money. So what cost? What do you get? What are you getting? What you pay for? Well, if you're doing that, you're not. We do it here right at CDL University. That's why when people spend the money and take the time, we respect it. And we give them what they pay for. Once again, if you're looking into getting a CDL, it's the number one place in the United States of America to make money today. If you need to make some big money in a short amount of time frame, driving a truck is the way to do it. Hey, look, it's not a lifetime decision. Just because I get my CDL doesn't mean I have to be a truck driver for the rest of my life. No. But I can go make some money pretty dadgum quick with the CDL. And I can have money in the bank where I can make a decision, hey, how do I move forward? And guess what? I can move forward with a little bit of financial security on the next thing that I do. The thing is, here at CDL University, we do it better than anybody.
Another one drives a truck. Visit cdluniversity.org. At CDL University, and another success, and another success.
Water whipping, water dripping. Broke the pack, mixed it with the measure.